Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. And joining me right here is Bubba T, all the way from Texas. Hey, Bubba, how's it going today?
Well, it's great. I'm telling you, it's wonderful here. How's it up there?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for asking. So, kind of tell us a little bit on how you got into music.
Well, long time ago, I was a kid and I started playing
Mm-hmm.
guitar, and it kind of progressed. And I was in a band through high school and part of college, and then I had certain people influence me to go to college, and I got way overeducated, So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just did a few parties through the years until about 1970. I decided, well, bucket list, I'm going to try again. So there I go.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is one thing that you most enjoy about music?
Well, I love playing out. I'm not really crazy about a studio. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
fun, but they work you a little too hard sometimes. But I really
Mm-hmm.
love playing out with people.
So, yeah, you like more live music then?
Yeah, that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
gratifying to me. You bet.
Mm-hmm. The more acoustic stuff. Mm-hmm.
Right,
I see where you're getting
and
from.
the full
Mm-hmm.
band too.
Mm-hmm.
I like a. It's great when you run into an active crowd and they
Uh-huh.
enjoy you. It's not every
Mm-hmm.
time, but it's great
Yeah.
when it
Mostly at the time.
does. Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah. If you could duet with any country singer, who would it be and why?
Could I what?
If you could duet with any country singer, who would it be and why?
Oh boy, hey, you got a tough question there. If he was well, it would be Randy Travis. He was my very favorite.
hmm
You know him and God, I don't know who else. Let's see here, Garth Brooks. That'd be fun.
hmm
Yeah.
Do you have something or someone that inspired you to start writing your music and singing?
Just music, I think, because remember, I was very young when I really got hooked
hmm
on it. And
hmm
once you get hooked, you're hooked. It means
hmm
you may do something else for a living or whatever, but the music part never leaves you. So, it would be back in the 60 artists, those kind of things, the old rock and roll. And it was, great country then too. And so, not anyone in particular, just the music, popular music in general.
Yeah, for sure. What advice would you give someone that might want to start singing?
Wow. I would say, practice a lot, one, and have patience. That's the thing about entertaining, in particular, if you're trying to record. It's just something that you have to work through and keep working at. Never give up.
hmm Do you have any new singles or any upcoming projects we can look forward to?
Yeah, right now. One came out last week. It's called East Texas Red Dirt Blues, and it's up for the pull down now. If you want to pull it down, I think. And we started out in Texas a week or so ago, so we'll see what happens.
Where can people find you on social media?
Bubba's honkytonk.com. Bubbas honkytonk.com, and it's got links to all my other social media on it.
Did you play any instruments when you're in school? And if so, what'd you play?
Guitar, but I'm not. It's remember now. I didn't play for a long time, so it's
hmm
like
hmm
anything else. To be a great player, you have to play all the time. You have to practice. I still play some acoustic, but I certainly wouldn't call myself a great guitar player. But I do love to play it, and that's the one I'm also little keyboards every once in a while.
hmm Describe your creative process when you work on your music.
Yeah, I mean it's very creative and it's I don't know how to explain it. It's gratifying. I think is the
hmm
best way to put it. It's like a fun hobby or a fun life.
Do you have any hobbies or interests outside of music?
Well, a I call it a ranch. You really shouldn't because it's only 100 acres in Texas. But
hmm
anyway, I have a place out in the country, and that's really my hobby. And I was raised in the country. Now I get to spend 2 or 3 days every other week down there, and that's kind of my hobby: driving tractors and cleaning trails and stuff like that.
hmm
Being outside.
What accomplishments do you see yourself achieving in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, obviously, I'd love to have a top 10 record in Texas. You know, I would say my goal is to, whose goal isn't it to have a number one? You know, of
Right?
course.
Right.
But I got,
Any artist, any artist.
yeah, I got like, I don't
Mhm.
know, real close to the top 20. I got like 23 on my second single. And, you know, it really gets tough when you start getting down in there. Randy Rogers of the world, those kind of people. I see the Bellamy Brothers come out with a new one. So once you get into, you know, the bottom part of the chart, there's a hell of a lot of talent down there.
Mhm.
And so that would be my goal. Just keep singing and to play more. I'd love to play more.
If you could go open a show for any artist, who would it be?
Man, I tell you, you give me some really hard questions, don't you? Man, I don't know. I just have to think a minute. Current
Okay.
artist, right? Current artist.
Yeah.
I think Keith Urban. I
Yeah.
like his I think he's a wonderful story, being from Australia, getting hooked on country music and coming over here and becoming a superstar. So you know,
Hmm.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, especially his story and everything.
Mhm.
Like you said, the Australian kind of part of it for sure.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about it. And, you know that
Hmm.
wasn't that common to hear over there. I guess there were some
Hmm.
peripheral stations playing it, but it's an interesting story. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. Have you ever participated in any music competitions?
Not this time around. Back when I was a kid, yeah, we were involved in
Hmm.
a battle of the bands. Our band was pretty good. We were actually with Mercury Records, and we had a couple of nationwide singles. And I kind of wanted to stay in that business, but you know, I thought through it, and I had my first year of college, and um, I've always wondered what would happen if I took that other fork in the road. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
we were in the competition then. I really hadn't got in to participate in anything here, but you never know.
Hmm. What skills are most useful in the music industry?
What?
What skills are most useful in the music industry?
The scales, did you say?
Skills, yes, skills.
Skills. Oh.
Yeah. No worries, it's all good.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Discipline. I think
Hmm.
discipline and practice. Well, obviously, you have to have, a voice, and you have to have a degree of being able to do the notes.
Hmm.
But that's the main thing is having the ears that allow you to hit the notes, and then voices can be in different ranges. Then after that, it's mainly just working real hard now on the instruments. Again, there's natural players that are just amazing. I mean, they take 3 or 4 lessons, and then 50 years later, they're still pros. Uh,
Hmm.
I think it's a thing you just get into, take some lessons, and see if it feels good.
Hmm. What is the best piece of advice another musician has ever given you?
Well, one told me to sing in a lower register. I don't know whether you heard my first single or not, because my range is not real high, and
Hmm.
so so I wasn't really used to that. And I think advice to be, I thought you go to number one every time you put a record out. I think the
Hmm.
best advice I got was calm down, be careful, have patience. You got to
Hmm.
be out there, and you got to get known. That's what it's all about.
What is one message you would give your fans?
Thank you is the biggest one. Again, I love to play before crowds, and I had real good response on social media. We had a great video to start out with, and I think it's just I appreciate everybody enjoying it. I hope they do enjoy it. That's the whole thing I told you at the first is that
Hmm.
that's what I like to do is connect with people, and I just thank them for coming.
Hmm. Do you have any upcoming tours where people can see you in the Texas area or nationwide or?
No, right now we haven't. We put this single out. We'll be getting some new dates real quick, but we're kind of seeing how that takes off and which direction we're going to go in. We always have certain shows we do in the fall. We'll be doing those, but I don't have exact dates. We
Hmm.
only played about 4 times, 4 or 5. Recently, we played a big show, but we haven't played. The COVID thing really did
Uh-huh.
slow things
Hmm.
down. And we're just now beginning to get back where clubs are opening up and people are starting to use live entertainment again. So I don't have
Mhm.
any major shows planned, but I'll sure put it on the social media when I get one.
Awesome. Is there anything else that I forgot they'd like to share with us today, Bubba?
No, I appreciate it very much. I appreciate you interviewing me, and I appreciate you playing me. And I just want to thank everybody that's involved. I've told so many people that I've been welcomed into this community at an old age, and it really is. Haven't paid my dues, and I really appreciate everybody allowing me to have a good time.
Awesome. Just want to say a huge thank you to Bubba T for joining me right here on the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. We appreciate your time to talk to us.
Thank you.